early hours, right? This is the early time before we actually get into the show. This is the early time. I got an indoor cycling bike a couple weeks ago, and I've been trying to make it a goal to do it at least once a day, because let's be honest, that COVID weight is a real, it's a real thing. The COVID weight's a real thing. Thank you for the gifts, everyone. Box Bum and Yeezy so far, by the way. Yeah, I don't get much sunlight. I don't get much sunlight at all, so I'm like the palest Hispanic guy you've probably ever seen, just super pale. No one ever believes me. Like, you're very pale. I'm like, I know. Thanks. But welcome to the show today. Today is an extra special one because we have 3 talented guests. They're all fantastic. Each of them come with different experience levels of streaming, et cetera, et cetera. Yeezy, Angel, and Miss Moon, AJ Moon, are all on the I'm gonna say tame. All on the team today. They're going to be very well behaved. They're all going to be super well behaved on the show today. They're all on the show. And if you're wondering what is the show and why is it up at the top and say featured, because I decided, no, I didn't decide that. It's a promoted show because it's your original interview style show from way back in 2019. Doesn't 2019 feel like forever ago? 2019, back when there was a playlist and stuff like that, I guess. I'm not sure. What was significant about 2019? Someone has to tell me. But in the meantime, thank you for joining, because we've got 3 great guests tonight. And our first guest, I believe, is Yeezy. So Yeezy, if you'd like to request that box. In the meantime, I'm going to do a little minor plugging to talk about some upcoming events. She's so quick with it. She's so quick with the request of the box. So in updates, what's going on? There's a few extra special things going on. I'm not even going to acknowledge that. No way. I don't even know what you guys are talking about right now. No react. We don't react in this live stream. That's not what we do. Important things that are happening in the world of live stream. Next Wednesday, it's showtime, everybody. Next Wednesday at 8 p.m., right? Did I say the right time this time? I think so. We're going to check. Next Wednesday at 8 p.m. That's the 31st. It's the first ever. That's what we're doing. It's going to be the first ever community live stream awards. Now, what's going to happen is right here off the side of this screen, there's a trophy. You can see right there. You see that little gold that was just at the top there? I'm not going to show you. That's as close to a tease you're going to get. I just want to prove that I had it. There's going to be awards given, everyone, and your awards are in the chat. Let's get some predictions. I'd like some predictions. I'll ask for predictions. They'll run down again this Friday. But predictions on Battle Champion. So the first one is the female male who have won the most battles in 2020. The most battles in 2020. That doesn't mean the most diamonds in battles. That means, like, right now, how all this is happening. Right now, it's who won the most battles. So it doesn't matter if they won by 5. It doesn't matter if they won. All right. Anyway, VIP of the year. That is the female and male of the year who spent the most diamonds. So they were going crazy, supporting a lot of people. Your actual explanation is the female and male VIP are considered the most engaging in the community. They support many streamers and spread appreciation throughout the apps by gifting the most in 2020. So now remember, this is a live stream right now. This is a live stream, and in live streams, gifts sometimes happen. Sometimes gifts happen in a live stream. The Icon Award. I don't know. Miss Amy could be the icon for all I know. The award is for streamer who we feel represents the apps in an iconic way. This streamer is selected by a committee. A committee, which is a version of committee, I guess. Selected by a committee, illustrates what it looks like to be the best of the best. This winner was chosen by their lifetime achievement in total diamonds, earned lifetime, positive community interactions, creative content, and longevity. All right? So Icon Award. Who's got some guesses? two other awards. You've got Streamer of the Year, female and male. The Streamer of the Year award is intended for the streamers who are staples in the live community. This man and woman have earned the most diamonds in 2020. All right, you got to remember, everyone, to pay your light bill. You also have to remember that in 2020, it's all that qualifies. It's all that qualifies. So it was gifting that happened in 2020. What are your predictions on that? Who do you think won the Streamer of the Year? Remember, there's two awards, male and female, okay? The final one is the People's Choice Award. The People's Choice Award. This award is selected by you, and this is going on right now. It's going on right now. It goes on from the 22nd through the 30th. 22nd through the 30th. This award is very straightforward, but it's competitive. It's been super competitive. From the 22nd through the 30th, the male and female streamer who get the most Streamer of the Weird awards, if someone wants to throw one in there just as a demo, it's 50. I promise when this is one. There we go. There's one right there. Thank you so much. That award specifically, it's not counting all diamonds received, specifically that gift right there. If you want your favorite to win, check the leaderboard. Thank you so much for all that, by the way, everyone. Your favorite can win. They will get an actual award. They will get an actual award, okay? This will stand up until the 30th, so that leaderboard will stay. So keep an eye on it. It's going to be super competitive. I'm super, super interested to see how the sniping will work on that. Does anyone think there's going to be some major sniping next Wednesday? I don't know. Anyone think there's going to be some sniping? I think there could be some crazy sniping. This tastes like Tums. That's a LaCroix. All right, that said, everyone, welcome to Suited Up, your weekly show where I try and get by doing something featureable. This week, we've got three fantastic guests. Our first guest, Yeezy Tatum. Yeezy's here. She's going to talk to us about how she got started as a streamer and clarify if Kanye is her dad or not. Kim's got the allegations, so you got to stay tuned because you don't know. Could be Kanye. I heard a rumor that Kanye West could be joining the stream today. And there's a possibility that Kanye West will be joining the stream tonight and requesting the box. There is that possibility. You can weigh the likelihood. Our second guest is a Grammy nominee for the Latin Grammys. I'm serious. He's an actual Grammy. We've got a Grammy nominee in the show tonight. There's a Grammy nominee, all right? Angel is going to be on the show tonight. He's going to talk to us about some of his performance experience, as well as maybe drop a little tune or two. And then our third guest is going to take us to the moon. Miss AJ Moon, rising star on the platform, a lot of support. And so she's going to be here tonight to talk about her growth on the platform and why she thinks she should be a top streamer. All right, everyone. Please give a very warm welcome to our first guest tonight, the one, the only, Yeezy Tatum. There we go.
How are you? Hello.
I'm doing well. I like the glasses.
Thank you. I was trying to be today, you know.
You just carry yourself studiously. Is that the word?
Oh,
that's the word.
You know, maybe we're gonna go with it today.
I like it though. Yeezy Tatum. There's just so much to unpack here, from the setup to your journey as a streamer to even your name. There's so much that we need to learn. So let's just start off with the basics here.
For sure.
How long have you known your relation to Kanye West?
You know, he's been my play cousin since I was in high school, you know, but no real relation, unfortunately. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, I wish that he really was my cousin. I'm sure I would have been invited to Christmas that just passed. Yeah.
Maybe. I feel like that'd be a really erratic Christmas. Have you ever watched an interview with him?
Yeah, I've watched a few Kanye interviews. I think they're really hilarious because, you know, he goes from like 1 minute being really happy and then the next minute it's just, and you know, how do you do that so fast, you know? But hey, it happens.
Could you imagine him opening a gift and him not liking the gift that you gave him?
Oh
That
my
would be that would be my life flashing before my eyes kind of moment. I don't know about you. You're too nice. Maybe you're nice enough that he'd give you a pass. For me, I would not be so lucky.
Oh
Probably.
my gosh. I'm sure you'll be able to pick out a good one. Don't worry, Chris.
Well, maybe. Okay, so your cousin relation aside, how did you wind up with the name Yeezy Time?
Okay, so my real name is Shanye, right? So all my friends and every time anyone meets me, they're like, "Oh, Shanye, like Kanye." So Yeezy, and I'm like, okay, let's go with it. So I've grown to love the name Yeezy. So I'm like, if I'm gonna be Yeezy, I'm gonna be one that's teaching them, okay? Because everybody's like, "Oh, you just love Kanye, don't you?" I'm like, wait, like, listen, guys, it's my name too. It kind of sounds like his, okay? I'm sorry, okay? This is me.
He borrowed
So
it. He borrowed it. They got it all wrong. You had it first.
Right, thank you. I was born with the name. Is his name really Kanye? Like, I mean, let's just talk about it.
No. If only a Google search could provide the answer. Someone in the chat.
Siri, where are you when you need him?
Okay, so you sound like Kanye. That's how you got the name, but you taught him. Do you have any type of educational experience, or where's the taught him come from?
No, and it's so funny. I get asked this all the time in my streams too. So this is like my favorite thing. I'm like, I just drop little jewels of knowledge for people, like that's just what the taught is. I am not a teacher, guys. I am so sorry to disappoint you. But if you come to my stream, I can give you some informative tips on how to make some good financial success tools, tips and stuff like that, So yeah, just come through to get little jewels dropped on you. Yeah.
Financial advice. We'll have to pick up on that in a moment. Maybe you just answered it. I was going to say, if you were a teacher, what type of teacher or what type of subject do you think you would teach?
I would probably teach entrepreneurship because like I feel like that's something that isn't really taught in schools. Like we're taught to want to grow up to be a doctor or lawyer, which are all great professions, but I feel as though we're not taught to want to be our own bosses. So that's something I'm actually teaching my kid as well, like to grow up wanting to be your own boss and to create generational wealth, because that's something that I'm trying to establish myself.
Wow, those are not small goals, but those are admirable goals. I like those goals. Hey, they're such good goals. They make the whole world shake. It's just, you see, an earthquake over here. Right. Okay, economics, entrepreneurship, teaching type, a little bit of Kanye sprinkled in. That's how you make a sweet streamer name. I love it. That's fantastic. So tell us, when you say create generational wealth or talk about economics or investing or entrepreneurship, do you consider yourself to be an entrepreneur?
Yes, I am an entrepreneur. I actually own 2 businesses throughout. I wish I was able to establish in the pandemic and actually keep running throughout the pandemic. So that's why I think it's important to definitely like preach a good word of entrepreneurship, because even through hard times, you can still prevail. And I think this is actually more of a time now than ever to start an e-commerce business.
E-commerce business. You're a business owner. What type of business do you have? Is it an LLC, S corp? What type of business? Yeah,
so I hold an LLC for my tech company called Space Age Innovations. I actually have like something here real quick. So I invented a new TV. This is like kind of like a little picture that I have of it. So I invented a new TV that does 15 different things that your current TVs don't do right now. And I hold the patent for that. So I kind of tried to shop it around to your Amazons and everything like that, but they wouldn't take it. As far as like trying to partner with me, they wanted to take it as like kind of just an idea. So I went ahead and got my LLC for my tech company, and I decided that any idea that I would have, I would get a patent for it and produce it myself. So that's what I'm doing with my tech company. But I did that before the pandemic. And then it's like, I was working on it and everything was good. And then I lost my job during the pandemic. So I took my last paycheck. Yeah, I took my last paycheck and I'm like, well, what am I going to do with it? Am I going to save it? Am I going to invest it? Like, what's smart? So I took $1,000 and created a second business, which is my shapewear company, Snatched by Ye. So it's a DBA underneath my LLC. So because I already have
a shapewear?
Yes, a shapewear company. So basically like shape, right? So it's like sweatbands, sweat belts, and Slimming Cream, waist shapers to kind of accentuate the waist. Yeah.
Not like Spanx.
Not Spanx, no.
I may or may not have had experience with those. They make a guy. That's.
Yeah, so I created that.
Yeah, you're looking through the ads and you're like, I could rock one of those.
Oh my gosh.
So a shape cream. So you're telling me you have a cream that I can apply to my stomach and it's going to help with all this COVID weight that I've been struggling with?
Yes, you can apply it twice a day. And like if you use one of my sweat belts, it'll help accelerate sweat in that area. You won't even have to work out.
You're going to make me sweat?
Yes.
While watching your Panther TV?
Look, you're gonna be fine. You can literally just go to the store and like start sweating. The stuff I sell, the material is amazing. Trust me.
Wow. Okay. Well, I need to learn about both of these things. What makes your TV? We're just going to leap back and forth between these two things because as someone who had had an LLC but not an inventor, I know that it's quite the endeavor to start and keep up and maintain and stay profitable.
Right.
What, first of all, inspired you not to only to be an inventor but invent something in the tech space? Do you have a background in that?
Well, yeah, for sure. Realistically, I created this invention when I was like 16, honestly. And it's like, it's so crazy. I've always had 2 jobs when I was even younger. So I would always miss my favorite shows. And it's like, I didn't really have TiVo. So I'm like, I would be upset watching commercials and everything. So I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of this. Like, I'm just going to create something that's going to be good for me, that I can watch anything that I want to watch when I want to watch it. I don't have to wait for the content. And then I just literally started working on that TV. And it's like, as technology has progressed over the last couple of years, so has my invention. And then it's like, I finally got the patent for it last year. And it's like, now it's just pretty much, we're in the prototype stage. So it's like, once I get the prototype up and running, my company is valued at over $1 billion. So it's like, we're looking to be like in really good shape.
What is your actual invention though? What does it do?
So yeah, it's called the iDesire Internet Television. So the main features that everyone loves the most is that it comes in different colors. That is, okay, so you can have a touchscreen TV. It comes with a touchscreen remote. It has a projection feature. It has a front-facing camera. And then the best feature about it also is that you can watch all of your content commercial free. So you never have to worry about watching a commercial. I feel as though if Hulu Plus can offer it, if Netflix can offer it, then why can't you watch it on your regular TV service? So it's pretty much everything all in one.
Okay. And do you have someone that's like a venture capitalist who's invested in this, or how are you growing it?
Yeah, so basically I literally like last year or two, and like even now, I've been like looking up venture capitalist firms and private equity firms all over America, trying to find somebody who would pretty much invest in me, and I've been sending my pitch deck out to a lot of different companies and everything. And I did get a lot of good feedback, but it was at the height of the pandemic. So a lot of them felt as though like people wouldn't really be comfortable with investing the type of money that we would need in it, because like they call my invention like a unicorn in its field. So I have to ask for a rather large investment because of like the evaluation that was given to me.
Great. Well, I won't get too far into the technicals, but while I'm top of mind of this thing that you invented, and maybe while we're reading about it, we can apply some of these creams to keep ourselves yeah. All right, so you're a streamer though. How did you find out about this platform? How did this fit into the whole world of things that you're doing?
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I never knew about the app until I was at a friend's birthday. And she was like, I was dancing, I was happy and everything. She gave me her phone and she was like, here, she was like, Yeezy, just say hello to my phone. I'm like, okay. And she was on live and I'm like, wait a minute, this is not Instagram. I'm like, what is this? Yeah. I'm like, okay. So then everybody in the comments, they was like, hey, you should download one of these. And like, I did it that day. And like, literally it's been like, I've never looked back ever since, honestly. I just love meeting new people, meeting people from all over the world and networking. It's like, it's just the easiest place to meet new people, honestly, and network and just expand your brand,
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Which platform are you on, by the way?
So I'm on Meet Me currently, but I did start out on POF, but I lost that page, unfortunately. So this is my second account because I love streaming so much. I didn't want to stop, so here we are, stronger than ever.
Okay. So for anyone who's ever downloaded POF, I assume maybe your friend had POF because you downloaded that first, right? Mm-hmm. Did that mean that you were also kind of looking into the dating space?
Okay, so when I first downloaded it, I didn't know it was a dating app until my DMs were flooded. And I'm like, wow. So I'm like, okay, options. So yeah. So, I tried it out and, the first time it didn't work out well. He was just a little bit crazy.
Wait, what does that mean that you tried it out? When you say I tried it out, are you referring to a person? You tried a person out? I'm going to try out a person. Let's just see how it works. What does that mean that you try a person out?
Listen, okay, look, I was trying out the whole dating thing from the app, like. Gosh.
What's the qualifications to get Yeezy to answer that DM saying, hey, heard all about that investment, I need to totally stop right there. All right, what does it take? What does it take to get Yeezy's attention in the DM or possibly in the chat?
Yeah, for realistically, I think you just have to come to my stream, make yourself like known in my stream, hit the date box. I always have my date box up. My friends, they always upset with me, like, we can never verse you because you always have your date box up. Because I want to meet new people. I know you guys already, you know,
Yeah.
like so yeah, like just come to my live and like get in the comments, like just talk. Like that's the best way to show your personality to me and want to look for a message from you in my DM, you know?
Love it. Well, that's great. I think that live and the date box and all that adds a totally different dimension to what
Mhm.
potential dating can be. So that's really cool. That's really
Right.
cool. What about in your personal life these days, outside of the app? Obviously, you're busy with your businesses,
Mhm.
and you're doing the live stream thing. But is there a hidden skill or a talent, a thing that you do that you don't talk about frequently, but you're passionate about?
Um, I don't know. Let me see. Do I have any hidden talents? I feel like I'm kind of boring. I
A
say this all the time.
Netflix connoisseur, or maybe a coin collector? Maybe.
Oh, well, you know what? It's so crazy. I am weird. I did used to collect quarters. Seriously.
Really?
Yes, like my math teacher in high school, he got me into like collecting quarters with him. We would get them from every state. Literally, we'd be trading up quarters. Like, okay, this is a regular one. I'd be like, anybody in the class have an Oregon? Like,
Yeah. I'll
yeah.
trade you my Michigan for your Oregon. Sounds good.
Yes, yes, exactly. Like I have 7 of these already. I need to get rid of it. Like, so yeah.
Well, if you're just tuning in, everyone, this is Yeezy, and she taught him. And you missed out, actually, her story. If you just tuned in now, you missed her story on how she met Kanye West. So you got to come here. She's laughing because it was really an amazing experience that was life-changing. Make sure that you hit her with the favorite. Yeezy, give us. I know that top badge is on top of your mind, so I know this question is going to come up a couple times tonight, but why does that top badge mean so much to you? While people are hitting that favorite and they're going to come and join you, why is that so important to you?
Right. I mean, I love this app and it's like I love it because of the people that I've been able to encounter. You know, like they were strangers and now they're family to me. So it's like to be able to become a top badge. It's like I'll be able to keep providing that creative content, meeting new people, expanding my brand, teaching other people how to expand their brands at a higher level. You know, and just keep sharing that information. And then it'll just let me know that I'm really doing something right. You know, like I feel as though I'm on the right path, but when you get that top badge, it's like it solidifies, like we see you. You are a role model for the community because that's something that I feel like I am already. You know,
Great.
so top badge is definitely, it means a lot to me, for real. It definitely does. It's an accomplishment for me. That's something I definitely want to obtain.
All right. Well, before you go, let's have you leave us with a tip. You're an entrepreneur. You're a live streamer who's had a lot of success. So it really doesn't matter where you pick from, but if you maybe have a piece of advice that you've been shared or that's been shared with you, what's one tip or piece of advice that you can give everyone listening?
Okay. One tip of advice, and we're going to keep it for entrepreneurship since that's something I'm very, very strong about, right? If you are interested in starting a business, don't think about it. Just leap. You know, I think the more time that you spend trying to say, I need tens of thousands of dollars to start a business. I started my business that's paying my bills currently with $1,000. I think it just takes that just leap of courage to just go out there and get it. And then also just make sure that you're picking something that doesn't feel like a job to you. You have to pick something that you're passionate about, something that you buy a lot, something that you see a lot. So when you become successful at it, you don't say like you're going to work, because this is now your career. This is your livelihood. Like this is something that you love to do, you know, so pick something that you love to do and you'll be great at it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Again, everyone, if you're just tuning in, make sure that you drop the favorite on Yeezy. Fantastic person, fantastic streamer, here to stay. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you so much for having me, Chris. It definitely meant a lot to me, for sure.
Oh, definitely. Well, thank you to you. Appreciate you. So, for the one time, everybody, the one, the only, she taught you, Yeezy. Cheers. The crowd goes wild. Should I get a soundboard with that? Oh, this is my favorite. I don't normally react, but I'm a big Godzilla fan. And this, I feel like Godzilla anytime I see that gift. I love that gift. It is probably my favorite. I'm a big Godzilla fan. Just don't pay my bills. That's because I'm always looking up Godzilla stuff. It distracts me. I forget to do it. If you're just tuning in, everyone, welcome to Suited Up. My name is Chris. We just had Yeezy on the show. Angel, if you'll go ahead and request that box, I'd appreciate it. On the show, what we do is we bring up bring on up-and-coming streamers, influencers, personalities, people from on and off the platform who have incredible things going on. Whether it's that they're making moves in their broadcasts, they're a musician and they have a new single, or they're a performer and they have a new talent that they want to show off. This is the place to be able to catch it. So maybe you can find a new favorite in the live. Who knows? You can also catch some sneak peeks at the rundown and tips that are coming up. Since you're tuned in right now, I'd like to remind everyone, maybe it's not your first, maybe it's not a reminder, maybe it's your first time hearing it, that filters have been re-enabled on the platform. For the longest time, you may have noticed when you leveled up that it showed you have access to these interesting filters, these cool gestures and things like that. Maybe there's backgrounds. Maybe you want to wear a hat. Maybe you want to wear a hat because you're not good at doing your hair and you say, hey, I'm not good at doing my hair. I need to do something. I need to put something on. You can fix it with that. Maybe you want to go to a special place. Maybe your stream is so great that you're just on fire. And you're like, wow, now I'm a clown that's on fire. Incredible. Get creative with it. There's a lot of cool things that you can do with all of these, everyone. So have some fun. As you rank up your broadcast level, you will get access to exclusive backgrounds and filters. It's a really cool way to spice up your stream. So just so fun, just so fun. So enjoy those. If you're curious on how you access them, it's at the very bottom of your live tab. You'll see a little sparkly glitter thing. Mess around with there. All right, everyone. Our second guest this evening is Angel. Angel is a musician. More importantly, he's just a fantastic guy. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. The one, the only musician himself, Angel. Welcome to the show.
Yo, what's up? What's up? Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. This is incredible. So
what's up?
Angel, I did a little bit of a job hyping you up, but I don't know that anyone can do it better than yourself. Can you give us the surface level introduction as to who you are?
Yeah, so my name is Angel. I'm a Latin Recording Academy nominee artist. I write music. I produce music. I'm an engineer. You're actually in a recording studio right now where I work from on a day in, day out basis. I teach music for a living, and you know, funny thing, Yeezy mentioned something earlier as part of our like goodbye tip, you know, as just doing something that you love, and I completely agree with it. There's just been multiple times where, you know, I've wanted to throw in the towel because if being an artist was an easy job, everyone would be an artist, you know what I mean? And it's about trying to convince the entire world to turn around and listen to your music, you know, and I think that it's super awesome that I have the privilege and the opportunity to spread my love for my passion to the world.
Yeah, passion's probably an understatement, really. When someone's invested themselves as much as you have, it really becomes that work of love, and you've excelled at it. When would you say was your professional debut in music?
I've been playing music for about 13 years, a little over 13 years. Mm-hmm. And as an official career, it was about 2 years ago. I had an actual launch party out in LA area where we had all types of, like, the TMZs. I sing in the Latin industry, so a lot of these TV shows that I can talk about, you know, may not necessarily be appealing to the community right now, but I had all the TMZs of the Mexican industry at my performance. Actually, Chels is in here. A lot of people have seen it, and we've received probably, even on YouTube, if you Google it, it's probably like at the millions of views, you know, where we performed. We went on stage, where they talked about what we were bringing to the table, mm-hmm. who we are, and just kind of giving us like the little, in Mexico or in the Latin community, we call it little kick, you know, a kick of good luck.
Sure.
And so it was about 1.5 years, almost 2 years ago now.
Okay. I said earlier something about me being very pale, but also being Hispanic because I don't get out in the sun. But myself, I do have quite a bit of exposure to Latin music because I grew up with a lot of it, thanks to my dad's side of the family. And I happen to be a fan.
Oh, cool.
When it comes to Latin music, what would you say that the genre that you're doing is?
It's regional Mexican.
Regional Mexican. Okay, so how would you describe that?
Like mariachi, banda, norteño, a lot of accordion, a lot of like boom, boom, you know.
Hmm. There's something
Right.
there's something that I identify with my childhood, and it's called a grito. If you've heard,
Oh.
do you know? Yeah, dude. Can you?
I
No.
do. I personally don't do it. I have a mariachi actually that travels internationally. We've toured in Mexico, we've toured in Canada, all over the States. And a couple of my musicians actually like to do the grito. I can't do it to save my life, but it's how they identify themselves, you know?
Yeah, it was so, what's so interesting to me about a lot of the Latin music that I've been exposed to is that it'll sound very peppy and very happy and fun. And my dad has told me, do you know what the song's about? And I'm like, no, obviously, I mean, I don't know Spanish. And it'll be about like a child that died, but it sounds very peppy and happy. And it's so surprising to me, like, wow, the music sounds so happy, but the song is actually about a very difficult subject. So,
Just like in the American community or in the pop culture or anywhere else, there's been an evolution in music. And we see it, every 10 years there's something new happening. There was the boy bands that were huge, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and then all of a sudden, where are the boy bands at now? Now it's something new. So we see that as well, and by the same token, we see that progression. So what you're talking about was something that was the case maybe, I don't know, 20 years ago, you know what I mean? But the cool part about it is that we still feature that in our culture now,
Sure. What you said, mariachi, regional Mexican music. It was that where you had started? Was there someone in your family that exposed you to music that influenced you, inspired you to take a particular music direction?
So actually, when I started, I started off with the guitar, and at that time, somebody said, "Hey, you know what? Let's start at this mariachi at the church that we're going to." And I said, let's give it a shot. I think I was maybe like in middle school. And at that time, my dad even took me over to choose an instrument for band. I played the saxophone for many, many years. And I always kind of like, gravitated to both instruments. But now we're older, it just seems kind of like we make that decision. What are we more passionate to, or what are we more close to? And, it is what it is now. We make music.
Definitely. Well, it didn't just start from, hey, I'm gonna just pick up guitar, to being a part of this academy that you received this nomination for, right? Was there a particular song or a particular moment for you that you felt really gave you the momentum to help get you to where you are now?
About 6 years ago, I performed with my mariachi at a concert where I got to meet an artist that I was really attached to as a fan, you know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
At that moment, he invited me to go backstage with him. I took pictures. I was fangirling, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is being cool with me. Like, who the hell am I,
Can you name drop?
Yeah. He just passed away not too long ago, maybe about a year or two ago. Is Jorge Valenzuela.
Okay.
But his song was #1 on the Latin billboards.
Wow.
For like months. And his songs are just, very peppy, kind of like what you're saying. It gave you kind of like that urge to go up and dance,
Yeah.
And he hit me up. He was like, hey, you know what? I'll take your number. I just watched you perform. Why don't you come over to Mexico to my studio and let's record something? And I looked at him and I said, do you know who I am? And he says, no, but I just heard you. So what's the worst that can happen? And no lie, Chris, within a month's span, I was already out in Mexico writing music, something that I didn't know I could do. Write lyrics.
Yeah.
That now have been nominated to Latin Grammys. You know what I mean? So it's very inspirational. And sometimes you just need that little tap in the shoulder to say, hey, you got something, let's polish it up. Let's work at it. And all of a sudden, one thing happens and another. And now my goals have exponentially just increase.
Yeah.
I yearn to have one of those trophies here, because it's something that a whole academy decides on whether or not, you know, you're worthy of having one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This last year was the first. I'd consistently been invited to participate at the Latin Grammys, the Latin Billboard Awards. I can go on and on. You know, every month there's an award show happening. And I was so used to just going to these, just flying, boom, all right, red carpet here, red carpet there. All of a sudden, these artists, J Balvin, Becky G, Maluma, these people are now my peers, you know what I mean? And I start to compare myself and say, wait, what do they have that I don't have? The awards. You know what I mean? Now it's earning these trophies, because I just think it's something that not everyone has the opportunity to do. Everyone watches the Latin Grammys on TV, the Grammys on TV, kind of like, you know, for like the Oscars, everyone knows about them. So that is probably now my biggest goal, to be able to present here in the studio. Just, guys, you know, my work speaks for itself, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it's not to say that it's about getting the word. I think it's I don't want to even use the word affirmation. It's the recognizing that what you believe and already know true of yourself has also been accepted, I believe, by the people around you. Yeah.
Right, and that's really what the Academy does. For instance, the subscriptions for this year's award is about to open up in about 2 weeks, right?
Okay.
So whoever has produced, whatever the case is, that has X amount of qualifiers can submit their work. Man, we listen to so many songs during the voting process. You know what I mean? It is ridiculous. Hours. I'm sitting here on my computer listening. Okay, does this have what I believe, you know, makes it a great record in its entirety? And the same thing, people are judging mine. So the fact that we have hundreds of people that are part of this academy that agree that yes, my work is up to par, I think like you said, is more so the affirmation that I'm doing something right.
Yeah. Okay. If people want to listen to your music or find you or support you, what platforms is it available on, and what names should they be searching?
So we're all over social media and even all digital platforms. You can even purchase our albums by sending us a message on our website. We're under Angel y Bella Oficial. So I don't know if one of my people can drop the name down for me, please. Mm-hmm. I sing in a duet with a girl, you know what I mean? So yeah, there you go. There it is. And really it's more so about listening and relating to. And if you don't like it, listen to it. It helps. You know, Chris,
if they don't like it, listen to it.
If you don't like it, listen to it. You know, I'll tell you this much, Chris. For the first time in the history of regional Mexican music, I got together with, or I brought together probably like 6 different artists to record an album or a song. A single, where all the whatever we get, any sort of like monetary compensation, we're going to be donating it to COVID relief. So, you know, I was told by one of the artists, it's our responsibility as an artist to help our people transcend from these hardships. You know what I mean? So that's where that comment comes in from. So if you don't know how to speak Spanish, don't worry about it. Listen to it. Let YouTube pay for it. You know, let iTunes pay for it. Just give it a listen. You know what I mean? It really all helps. It doesn't cost anything to do, and it really gives back to our communities. So, you know, I think that's super, super awesome.
Do you happen to have a guitar near you right now?
I do.
Okay. I think right now, if you're up for it, it would be an excellent time to give a little demo or just showcase some of what you've done. If you're up to it. Yeah.
So a lot of my work is in Spanish, but I can't.
No, that's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, really?
I would prefer that you play it in its original context, because right now is a teachable and learning moment, because I don't know how many people here have taken the time to listen to Latin music, and I think that'd be a rewarding experience for everyone.
So well, I'll do something better. I have a album that will be releasing and will be nominated. Will be submitted for nomination this next round at the Latin Grammys. I can pull up the project if you'd like and just kind of give you a little taste of it. It's something slightly different, where it's not your traditional guitar. It's more so like an acoustic version of just medleys. So if you're okay with that, I can do that. Yeah,
whether you want to play something recorded or sing live, whatever's.
No, I'll sing live. I'll sing live.
Sure.
Just pulling up the session real quick.
You're great. If you're just tuning in, everyone, this is Angel, and he is part of a duet. Is that what you call it? Would you call it duet? Part of a pair, a group. Has been nominated for the Latin. He's so shiny. He's shining and he's sparkling because he's such a star. My mind had lamination on the mind. No, he's such a star here. He's gleaming. He has been nominated for Academy Award within his musical genre. He is a well-respected musician. If you've not favored him, please give him a favorite. This is Suit Up, your weekly app interview style showcase show. You have something loaded up there for us?
Yeah, ready to go.
All right, let's run it.
Can you hear it good?
That's great.
Sorry if you don't speak Spanish. It's a love song. You're actually going to hear her voice on there too, so don't be freaked out. Something's already arranged, you know?
Oh, no. I think this is great.
Buenas noches, mucho gusto, eras una chica más. Después de este tiempo juntos, no puedo volver atrás. Sin hablarme, sin tocarme, algo dentro se encendió. En tus ojos se hacía tarde y me olvidaba del reloj.
Estos días a tu lado me enseñaron que en verdad mi tiempo determinado para comenzar a amar. Siento algo
Tan profundo que no tiene explicación.
hay razón en la que
Entra en mi vida, te abro la puerta. Sé que en tus brazos ya no habrá noches desiertas. Entra en mi vida, yo te lo ruego. Te comencé por extrañar, pero empecé a necesitarte luego.
na 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 na. Buenas noches, mucho gusto, ya no existe nadie más.
Después de este tiempo juntos, no puedo volver atrás.
Me hablaste,
Me ignoraste, me volviste mi ilusión. Quiero que seas dueña de mi corazón. Te abro la puerta. Sé que en tus brazos ya no habrá noches desiertas. Entra en mi vida, yo te lo ruego. Te comencé por extrañar, pero empecé a necesitarte luego.
existe nadie más. Entra en mi vida, te necesito, amor. There it is.
If you haven't hit the favorite button, I'm assuming it's because you are wiping your tears away. Hit the favorite button now while you grab your next tissue. Okay? Hit the favorite button. That was incredible, man. That was really good. That was really good.
Appreciate it.
Really good. Absolutely. It comes as no surprise to me after hearing you perform that you've been invited to perform live so many times. For those of us who don't understand Spanish or speak Spanish, can you give us a brief summary of what that song's about, or the inspiration for that song?
Of course. So it talks about two individuals just allowing each other to be loved by one another, and just an invitation, just saying, you know what, come into my life. I need you. Don't leave me, because we complement each other. So a lot of our music either has just a lot of combative back and forth, like, oh, you did this to me and now I want to do this to you, or just what, we've reconciled, let's just move forward. And the pretty cool thing about our I'm gonna say it, so about our showcase is the fact that anybody who's been in a relationship can relate to what we're talking about. The good times, the bad times, the exciting times, just, you know, any part of it, you know, whether it's jealousy or whether it's, you know, whatever the case is, it's super cool. I've even had people, you don't know what reach your music has until you start getting those DMs from people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Our music was playing on the radio out in Colombia, out in Mexico, in Spain, Chile, you know, we're at the top of the charts out there. And all of a sudden we start getting people, you know, just messaging us, hey, thank you so much, because of your song, I was able to reconcile my wife, or because of your music, our family is back together, because of, you know what I mean? And it's so awesome. It's so inspiring to hear these things that I never thought that we could potentially be an influence of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is super inspiring, super motivating, and just thank you.
Wow. Well, I believe there's so many more things that we could talk about. I don't know that we have the time, though. So maybe we'll have to have you come back another time. We didn't even talk about you being on the platform, but let's save that. Let's save it for another time, because everyone, if you have not, please hit that favorite button right here. See this box right there? Just click the favorite button, please. Any last things you'd like to throw out or plug before we wrap up our conversation for today?
Follow your dreams. Never give up. Always follow your dreams. If I can do it somehow, so can you.
I like how you say, if I can do it somehow, after we just heard you sing, and we're like, yeah, I wonder how you somehow did it. I feel like you got a pretty solid talent to make it, my friend.
Jeez.
I don't think anyone's questioning.
Thank you so much for the space, for the opportunity to come talk to you guys. I appreciate you. Everybody who's in here, you guys, I wish you much success, nothing but the best, always true blessings.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. No, thank you to you. We appreciate your time and you coming to perform for all of us. Again, everyone, drop that favorite, search up his music. If someone can put in the chat again how to find it or search it, throw it on your Spotify or iTunes list, those YouTube plays. Let's run his music up, and maybe next time we talk, you'll have a shiny new award to show us.
Oh, I hope he hears you.
I feel good about it. I feel good about it. All right. Cheers, my friend. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Take care.
Now, you're probably all wondering, too, what's a grito, right? Like, how do you, Mom, did Dad watch that? Mom, calling Mom. Did Dad watch that? I don't know. All right. You're probably wondering what a grito is. I cannot do one, but it's kind of like a call or a cry. I'm really bad. I can't do it. And my mom just said that my dad's watching, and he's gonna totally disown me. Like I probably got like a little bit of cool points right there with him because I know he enjoyed that performance, but I could just easily wipe it all away by trying to do one. So we're just not gonna do that, okay? We are just not gonna do that. Welcome everyone to Suited Up. My name is Chris. I'm your host, and thanks for showing up to the show. We do this every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every week we bring on up-and-coming streamers, performers, talented individuals, those with unique stories. So if you know someone who has a story worth telling, please send them my way. You can find my Instagram, which is the best way to contact me, by clicking my name here at the top. And if you've not done this yet, please do it. You can add your socials as well to your profile. But before you go and do that, please hit that top one right there for the one time. I was pointing over there. It's over here for you. Click that name for the one time, and you can find the socials and maybe see who's up and coming or will be on the show next week. All right, so that's great. It's a great thing to be able to do. Thank you so much to everyone who's been on the show, but we're not done yet because our next guest wants to give you not just the stars, but the whole moon and the stars. And she's a star herself, which is very fitting. Ladies and gentlemen, our third guest this evening is requesting the box. Right, I see her now. She is a rising streamer. She cannot be stopped, and so she's making a stop. I just contradicted myself. Let's get things rolling with our third guest tonight. The one, the only, the streamer herself, Miss AJ Moon.
Hello.
Hello, AJ.
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm good.
You're doing good.
Just sorry, I fell off my chair.
I'm sorry. Well, it had a little bit of a timeout for me there. What did you say?
I nearly fell off my chair there.
Oh, you nearly fell off of your chair. Is it because it's so late for you right now?
Yeah, I've been dancing all day.
You've been dancing all day. AJ, before we get into the dance and all that kind of stuff, where are you originally from?
Scotland.
Scotland. I was gonna guess New Jersey.
No.
No, not close enough. No, of course you're from Scotland. You're from Scotland. Now, are you still in Scotland?
No, I travel.
You travel. Now, you don't have to be specific, but whereabouts relatively are you these days?
I'm in Europe. I've traveled around Europe and soon heading to America, hopefully.
Okay, you're hopefully heading to America. Why are you hoping to head to America, of all places?
Because I want to still travel and see new places, because I don't have any roots in the ground for me, because I like to travel and see new things and I get bored of one place.
How long have you had this travel bug? Is this a lifelong passion? Have you always loved to move around?
I keep traveling until I find somewhere that I love and feel like, oh, this is it. So far, I'm still young and I want to make the use of it.
Yeah, okay. Where was the first place that you remember traveling that gave you some introspect to, hey, this is kind of cool. I like this traveling thing.
Spain, when I was traveling around Europe in an RV around to Spain, it was nice and hot and the foods were different, and then it was just all different for me because everything's modern, and then when you go in Europe, it's like old fashioned. It's like back in the olden days.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like.
You said you did this in an RV. Did you do this by yourself? Do you travel all of these places by yourself?
Well, I travel with a bunch of friends as well.
Wow, that sounds like the life to live. You're like, I don't have a place that I really stay. I get a bunch of my friends. We travel around the continent, all around Europe. Have you been outside of Europe?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you said America is on the list, so maybe sometime soon. Okay. So worldly traveler, we'll come back to that in just a moment. Originally from Scotland, how did the live streaming thing become intertwined with the traveling?
I like to I just like to show interesting things. Like me and my friends used to dance. We used to like just do interesting things like rock climbing. So it just
Mhm.
became like something that was fun for us, showing people the outside world that oh, this is more fun things that we do, blah blah, you know. And it was
Yeah,
good. And I got really addicted to streaming.
well,
I that I came to meet me because I was recommended it as the best one out
that
of them all.
that makes sense. You said a friend recommended it to you. Were they a streamer themselves?
Yes, it did used to be a streamer. I don't know if they're a streamer anymore, but they were a streamer here.
Okay. Well, you're doing great at it regardless, so cheers to that. Um, where has been one of the most fun places that you've been in recent time? I mean, obviously with COVID, has it been difficult to travel, or have you still been able to do that?
Yeah, I'd say Bulgaria because I've had so many funny things that's happened in this country. It's just been like, for instance, we used to travel to the pub and take people. I used to work at a campsite, so I met people from all over the world, and we used to take them to the pub in a donkey and cart. It was quite fun.
Did you say you would take people to the pub in a donkey and a cart?
Yeah, we came to this thing where you can't get done for drunk driving in a donkey and a cart, and we only
Right.
lived around it.
Okay, so you just park a donkey outside of the pub and call it a day? Wait, you actually park a donkey?
Oh, we used to bring a big bucket of food and water, and everything's ready prepared.
Wait, so you're telling me while you're at the pub, someone has to peek out every now and again to go, hey, is the donkey still there?
The donkey would be literally tied up on a tree, and your table would be right there.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I imagined that there was like this little donkey playground where they'd all gallop together while you had your drinks. But that sounds good too. Okay. Where do you advise people not go? Where is the clear A? I went to some places and this place is definitely not one of them you should go to.
Romania.
Where?
Romania, because Romania, they just drive too fast, and literally when you get to take your car out, they're like, "Boof." And you're like,
Well, if you're riding a donkey, I imagine everybody seems really fast.
I saw somebody put a car on top of a cart, and I had a horse in front of it in
Oh,
Bulgaria.
well, they're getting creative. In Romania, isn't that where Vlad the Impaler is from? Or that's Transylvania. Is that Transylvania?
I think so. That's what we went to Romania for, to see not Transylvania. We went to see where, what's his name? Dracula.
The what?
Dracula, you know, like
Dracula. Yeah, Dracula. You went there to see if you could find Dracula?
I wanted to go and see his castle, but then we found out that it was all fake by a police officer, and we were like, well, there you go, crushing people's dreams. And then
There's
we
no
went to,
Dracula's castle?
oh,
What? I thought there was a whole place where you had a bunch of steaks and stuff and
that's what we all thought. We were like, huh? There's none? None at all?
that
We're
should
like,
have been in a brochure somewhere. I feel like you planned a whole trip and they could have let people know it. Maybe it's a big mystery so that people come there and then there's not actually a place. So maybe it's a big traveling trick or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you leave a bad review online. Do not recommend Is No Castle.
I know, like, they should have gave us a bit of a warning, because it was like, we were going to go right over the hill, and we were going to, oh, it's going to be magical. But no, the police officers had to crush it.
Okay. I mentioned a couple times that I've put on some COVID weight. It's because I like food. Have you had some great food at any of these places? Any of these places speak to you and say, this was the best food that I've had?
I like the Greek food better than most food, because there's like more flavors into them.
Okay.
But yeah, nobody tends to touch the meat here in Bulgaria.
Do they have an Olive Garden?
In Spain,
They have an Olive Garden in Spain? No? Okay. When you want some fine dining, obviously the Olive Garden is the first pick. But
no, No, where I am is quite old. This country is just literally 10 years out of something I can't remember what it's called.
Okay, okay. Well, AJ, something I get tagged in relentlessly is AJ Moon for Top Batch. Why am I being harassed so much? Why are you so great? Why do people love you so much, AJ? I'm putting you on the spot. What makes AJ Moon the great streamer that she is?
Well, I've obviously got a good fan base, and since
Like,
day
great.
one, I've met a top badge called George, and he said, "What was your goal?" And I went, "Top badge." And he went, "You might not get it." And I went, "Oh, I'll get it." And he went, "Oh, keep your attitude high." And he went, "That's what you need to do." And every day, I just kept at it and kept the peace, the love, and I kept going around to people's streams saying hello, you know, like getting my name out there, just being nice to people, and everybody just likes me now.
You want to know something that separates you from George?
Well,
George has never been on this show.
I know George does not like the box. Me and George hate this box. I refused to go in it, and on my birthday, he was like, "Go in the box." I went, "No."
Yeah, he actually told me to my face that he would never come on this show. So, you know, whatever. Maybe he said he wouldn't do it. Maybe I haven't invited him, but it was definitely the fact that he said he would never come on here. But George is a fun guy. That's great. You have a great fan base. You dance. Are there any special activities or other things that you do in your live stream that people should know about? Maybe they can come and check you out to see.
Obviously I dance. I like to show people who sing. Well, this is when I'm going to start it all back up again, because I got ill for a little bit. But I used to have people showing off their talents, like pianos, singing. I used to enjoy all this, and we used to have it like a party stream every weekend. It would just be popping. Well, I've got loads of videos of it, but it just used to be so fun. And
Yeah.
now everybody's back, and it's like, yeah, make it.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it so much.
Well, if you're not, make sure that you're hitting the favorite button on AJ because she's traveling. Where's the next place that you're going to go? If we follow you, we may actually be following you somewhere. Where's the next place on your list to go?
I think finish off the rest of Europe, so maybe go to Germany and all that places, because I haven't really been to those places. I wanted to go around the older places first because I like antiques and it's an addiction.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. And potentially the United States. Are you familiar with stereotypes? Have you heard any stereotypes about America or things that are cliche about America?
No.
No.
Yeah, America's good. Well, then everybody comes into my stream and goes, "You should come to America. You should be in America. You should be in America."
Okay. Once had a foreign exchange student in high school who said that our food portions were gigantic compared to the food that he had seen before. So apparently we like to serve a lot of food. So I'm not responsible for my COVID weight. That's what I discovered. So be prepared. If you come here, we might have gigantic food proportions. I'm just saying. Yeah. All right. Well, everyone, again, please hit that favorite button on AJ. AJ, you are in Scotland. I'm sorry, you are from Scotland, but you're in Europe, which is probably right now plus 5 or 6 hours. Is this a time people can normally watch you, or when do you normally go live?
I live on Meet Me, literally.
You live on it.
Everybody's like, have you been off yet? And I went, and no. So I've done like 48 hours, 34 hours. Usually I'm on for 14 hours, mostly 14 to 18 hours, if I'm honest. I do mostly 18 hours, 34 hours.
When was the last time you slept?
Last night.
Last night. Okay. You said you did a 48-hour stream? I'm sorry?
I went at 5 a.m. I went to bed.
5 a.m. Okay. Maybe not 48-hour streams. I don't know if those are good for your health.
I do take breaks in between. I like go for a sleep for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I'm back on.
Okay, maybe don't stream sleeping. All right. Either way, everyone.
I do not do that. I walked into a streamer and they're like, and I'm like, why? I don't do that. No sleeping streams for me.
Okay.
That's my bed.
You've got a strategy. You've got a strategy. I hear it. Last thing before you go. Why AJ Moon? What's the Moon part of your name?
I like the moon. I like dark. I like when I go out in the dark. I like looking at stars. I find peaceful in it.
Mm-hmm.
And my moon with the half is also for the good and the evil. So it's for the positive and the bad. But it's like trying to join it and making a better person out of it.
Sure.
So that's why I've just always been addicted to moons since I was a young girl and up until now. So
Well,
I've always been.
I find it pretty ironic that you went to try and find Dracula and you like the nighttime. And you stay up for 48 hours. So, are you a vampire?
I think so.
I think so. You heard it here, everyone. Breaking news. AJ Moon is actually a vampire. Hit the favorite. Thank you so much for coming on the show, AJ. It's been a pleasure meeting and talking with you.
Okay.
Excellent. AJ Moon, everybody. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Pew. There you have it. That is the show. A big special shout out to Yeezy, to Angel, and to AJ, all three of our guests tonight. A big shout out to Amy Boyce, Babyface. Babyface, I know you like to throw those rubber spheres at me. Any chance you want to try and pass Amy today? I know you want to be that number one. Big shout out to Last Call for Alcohol, to Tatted Frank, Dalvin, to Jay Blue, Danya, Blake Premier, Tilly's King, Yup, It's Me, and JoJo. Those are the top 10 gifters of this stream today. Those are the top 10 streamers, all right? Or gift viewers, supporters, whatever terms you want to throw on it. Make sure that you show up next Wednesday at 8 p.m., not 9 p.m., 8 p.m. The Meet Me official account will be going live with yours truly for the 2020 year streaming live community awards. It's one of those names. We will be showing up looking our best. I might even throw on a tuxedo. Should I wear a tuxedo for the awards? I could. I should wear a tuxedo like in Dumb and Dumber. I should wear an orange tuxedo. I should get on that. I'm gonna rent. I'll rent an orange tuxedo for it. Make sure that you show up next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the 2020 Live Community Awards. We will be passing out awards for your best and greatest of 2020. In case you don't know what those awards are, let's cover them for the one more time. We are talking Battle Champions. That's the male and female last year who won the most battles. Not who was gifted the most, but who won the most battles. The VIP of the year. VIP of the year was spreading all the love. They were supporting a lot of streamers, male and female, for that. The Icon Award. There is only one recipient for the Icon Award. The Icon Award is it's a prestigious one. It's prestigious. They're all prestigious, but that one's specific, okay? We have the Streamer of the Year Award. That is the male and female who were gifted the most in 2020, okay? So remember, you can't include January, February, March of this year. It's strictly January 1st through December 31st of 2020, all right? And of course, you've got the People's Choice Award. Now that one's special because that one's a current contest and it's going on right now. You can check the leaderboard on that. You can see, let's take a look and see who's in first place right now, okay? So in first place on the male side, we've got Dess's daddy, Raider Rob. Raider Rob sitting at 2,666,000. Over on the female side, we have in first place Sammy. Ooh, this is a tight race between first and second, actually. Sammy's sitting at 2,503,000, but in second place is Karina with 2,489,000. That is a very close race. Do not forget that this goes all the way up until Tuesday next week, so make those gifts count. I'm going to be staying glued to that leaderboard screen Tuesday night to see who pulls in the win, all right? I think it's incredible. I see more throwing some raised hands at me. I think that means that he wants everybody to know that Pet Profiles is tonight at 11. It's Pet Sensations. Pet Sensations tonight at 11. I think Blair's doing her show tonight. Hope so. Gonna check on her. Blair's doing her show at 11 same time. Right now, you can check Oregon Star Girl out. She's got back in the game for all that love tips and advice and love stories. You know, if you're into that sort of thing. Love. Or whatever. Anyway, cheers everyone. Thank you so much for coming on the show. My name's Chris Gasper. You can click that name in the top there to find my socials and hear about all the cool updates and things that are happening. If not, I will see you Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those announcements. And I can tell you that there is more than one top badge being given out this Friday. There's more than one. More than one, less than 200. In that range. So I'll leave it up to you. 1 to 200 will be given out. Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much. Check out the other great content and streamers on the shows. I will see you Friday. Much love. Bye.